What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome back to another Girl Talk, you guys. It's your girl CHIAMAKA. Happy New Year, okay? Happy New Year. We are in 2025. Yo, I can't believe it. I swear this decade has already gone by so fast. We are literally halfway through the 20s. What? 2025? What? It's beyond me. It's crazy. I have a couple of things that I wanted to share as far as what I've learned over the last year. So this is going to be a video of my reflections, and if time allows, because again I'm trying to like keep these videos under a certain time, I would like to share my intentions, or I may make another video. But I did write down several things that I just learned over the last year, and that I'm still learning, or I've been able to get a solid understanding of what I had to learn, and now it looks like implementing or applying what I've learned in this year. I'm just gonna get right into it, okay? So I wrote it down, so if I'm like looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. And this is the first time I've ever, I think, made notes for a girl talk. Like usually I'm just speaking from my spirit. Y'all already know what it is, but I wanted to make sure I hit everything that I felt like my spirit wanted to share. Okay, so the first thing I wrote was, you always have to see God in everything. Like, go to God for everything. I think, you know, as human beings, we naturally want to go to the internet. We want to go to our friends. We want to go to maybe a trusted mentor, or even our therapist, or whoever we feel like we can go and get wisdom and advice from. And there's nothing wrong with it. But I personally believe that God is the #1 person to go to, because first he created you, so he knows you and knows exactly what it is that you need and are asking, and knows how to provide what you need in order to resolve whatever it is that you're looking for. I had to learn that going to people caused me a lot of like disappointment, as far as like going off of their advice, or you know, taking their wisdom as my own and applying it to a situation that they're not even in. At the end of the day, they don't have to deal with the consequences of the choices that you choose to make based off the advice that they gave you. You have to live that out. So I had to learn real quickly that if I'm going through something, if I'm struggling, if I have confusion about something and I need clarity, I need answers, I'm gonna go to God. I'll go to my homegirls and some people I trust to talk about the situation with, just to kind of get other people's opinions and their insight. But at the end of the day, I truly believe that going to God is the safest bet for me, okay? Because then I know I can live with my choice. I can live with my decision regardless of how, you know, the situation turns out. If it turns out sour, if it turns out great, I can rest in the fact that, okay, I made peace in going to God and making that choice, than to take somebody else's advice, apply it to my situation, it goes sour, and now I'm bitter, I'm upset, I'm mad because I went against myself and what I know I should have done. And that kind of leads into the next reflection, which is to honor your spirit. So like I said, when you are making decisions and choices because your homegirl said, oh, this is the best way to do it, or your mentor said this is the best way to do it, or somebody else is telling you this is the way you should handle a situation that they're not currently having to deal with or walk through or have experienced, period, you kind of set yourself up for dishonoring yourself and your spirit and what your inner knowing is leading you to do. And sometimes we may just not even know what our spirit is telling us to do. We may not know what our inner selves are leading us to do. And so that's why we do go to the friends and the therapists and the mentors and the trusted adults and all these people to get clarity on how to, you know, move right in a situation. But again, like I said, they don't have to live with the consequences of you making choices based off of their advice that they gave you, or based off of, in their own mind, what they would have done in that situation. Because again, you may have a completely different way that God wants you to walk a situation out, and you're going to somebody else to get their wisdom, their clarity, their advice, and it's like, Nah. Your spirit at the end of the day knows what it is that it needs to do, but you may not have that clarity, so you have to go to God to get that clarity. That's it. Simple as that. Now, after going to God and you feel like you're still kind of like at a war within yourself about what to do, then I think going to people, going to friends, going to those trusted people that you could talk to just kind of like get their opinions, weigh the options, all that can probably provide a little bit of clarity. But at the end of the day, I think that when you know your spirit is leading you to do something, you gotta honor that, whatever that looks like. So if that is saying no when you want to say yes, when it comes to, you know, setting boundaries, and you know that this particular person does not honor boundaries, and you know the type of person you are, you're a people pleaser, so you're willing to be a little bit more loose with your boundaries, and you gotta stand firm with it. So honoring your spirit when you know that something isn't right, like you feel it on the inside of you, something doesn't feel like it's supposed to be this way, or something doesn't feel right, or something just, you just have like that inner sense, that inner knowing. Listen to it. Listen to it. It will save you. And I've talked about this in previous videos, and I'm gonna keep harping on it because it's so important. Honor your spirit the first time. So the next reflection I wrote down was allowing yourself to be fully and authentically yourself. 100%. Like fully yourself. You have to learn to just be completely yourself. I know that we are in a time in a world where everybody is putting up everything to show off and be the best version of themselves, and to seem like they have it all together, and to perform. Everything seems like very performative in our time, and it's easy to lose yourself and stuff like that. It's easy to, you know, get caught up in the performance and the theatrics of social media and content creation, and just even in our day-to-day relationships with people we work with, people we do life with, even with God. Sometimes we feel like we have to perform in front of God in order to get like his approval, or to feel like, you know, we're loved more by him. I don't know. I know me personally, I find myself sometimes performing or feeling like I have to put up a certain type of personality or a certain type of persona, because deep down I'm insecure, or deep down I want this person to like me, or deep down I don't feel like I'm good enough just as I am. And it's like, no, God created you the way he created you for a reason. And so I'm gonna need you to fully walk in there, because you're doing yourself and the people he's called you to, and even God himself, a disservice when you start trying to put up all these personalities and personas that is not really true to who you are. You're not even walking in true alignment when you are picking up on these different parts of people that's not really you. You trying to put on different parts of other people to fit in, or to, I guess, seem more well connected. No, be yourself. Just be fully you. Don't be afraid of what other people may say, what they may think. It's not about them. Don't be worried about nothing about that. Just be who you are. Just be yourself. Like, you gotta fully show up as yourself. You gotta shine your light. Like, God created you specifically the way he created you for a reason. So shine that light. Don't dim your light for nobody. Because sometimes, even on the flip side, sometimes we feel like we have to dim our light because we know we are the shit. We know we are the stuff. And we know that if we really pop our shit, it's going to make some people mad. It's going to make people feel some kind of way. And it's like, nah. Like, at the end of the day, you know, I don't have to face this person when it's the end of my life. I don't face my haters. I don't face, you know, nobody but God. And I'm going to tell him, oh, well, I want to, you know, do too much. I don't want to make nobody feel uncomfortable. So, what? You're telling me what? Nah. You have to. And you know what? You could be inspiring some people. Just being yourself. Being fully, authentically you. And your soul, your spirit will thank you for it when you are truly being yourself. Like, you don't have to like hide or pretend or act. Like, just be you. There's a beauty and a freedom in that. Yeah. Okay, my next reflection is, it's okay to let people go. It is okay. Like, some people have to go. Some people are not meant to walk with you longer than the assigned time frame that they were assigned to be in your life for. Some people are meant to just be lessons. Some people are meant to just be you know, an experience. Some people are meant to be, and it sucks too, because it's like there are some people you are thinking of right now that you're like, damn, we could have really been it. We could have really been, you know what I'm saying? But either, you know, jealousy got in the way, or there was a lack of reciprocity, or a lack of true intentionality being put into the relationship. Maybe it just wasn't your time. Like, there's so many different reasons why people come and why people leave, and your job is to understand the lesson and the wisdom that you're supposed to get out of that. Sometimes, especially for those that are like people pleasers, like recovering people pleasers, because we're not even gonna claim that over ourselves, but recovering people pleasers, or we have like the attachment issue where we like cling on to people, you know, it can feel hurtful when certain people that you thought you would be doing life with a little bit longer end up leaving, or the relationship has to end. And you also have to be like wise enough and smart enough to be aware of the people that you are walking this life out with. Like, you don't want to just be friends with anybody. You can't just be out here just friends with who shows up because they nice, or just because they sweet, like just because they compliment you, just because they, you know, nah. Like, you really gotta sift some people out and realize who is really for you, and realize who's just here for a good time. You gotta realize who they got some stuff that they need to work on, and they can't do it while being in a relationship with you. Like, you gotta really figure out like who's supposed to be in my life, who's supposed to be in my life. And when you come to realize that there are some people that are not showing up the way, you know, you need them to show up, or that they claim that they will show up. If there are some people that have moved real shiesty or nasty on you, some people that, you know, you know your spirit will lead you and tell you like, nah, this is someone that you should keep. This is someone that I want you to continue to do life with. Nah, this person, nah, they got some growing to do, and I think you can go ahead and, you know, let them go. It sucks, it hurts, it's uncomfortable, but again, you do a disservice to yourself holding on to people. You do a disservice to them holding on to people that you know you don't need to hold on to. Maybe you need to let them go in order for them to grow, in order for you to grow as well. But holding on to each other is just going to keep y'all stuck in the same place. And you don't know what God could be protecting you from, because baby, some people are really evil. Some people are really dark. Some people are really sick. And you won't even know it until you knee deep into some shit and you can't get out of it. Yeah. And sometimes people are not even like going the same path as you. Some people are not going the same way as you. And so you have to be mature enough to let certain people go, because you guys may clash just based off the fact that you guys are going two different ways. They may be dragging you back, you may be holding them back from what they really want to do, and it's just like it's gonna be a constant war. So it's just easy to not fight and fuss about certain people staying in your life, especially if they're not fighting and fussing for you to stay in theirs. Okay, go ahead and clock that real quick. Clock that in your brain. If they're not fighting and fussing for you to be in their life, why are you fighting and fussing for them to be in yours? Let them go and move on. Okay? This next reflection is very self-explanatory. I don't need to keep harping on it, but boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Okay? Stand on them. Like, for real, boundaries. Because people, I'm telling you, people will play you. People will try you. People will try to see if they can cross whatever lines they can cross with you. Because niggas, people are just selfish inherently. They want what they want. So you got to make sure you have boundaries from top, from jump, and stand on it. And having boundaries teaches people how to treat you. It teaches people that you're not to be fucked with. Okay? I'm gonna go into more detail with these particular topics in a different video, but people pleasing, we cutting that. We cutting that. Like that, I feel like I've somewhat killed like 95%. I feel like there's a 5% in me that still shows up in different areas, but the fact that 95% has been killed, wait, we celebrate that. We celebrate that. And for showing 2025, we dead in that MFR, because I'm trying to stop cussing. I know I've already probably cussed like maybe 5 times in this video, y'all, so forgive me. I've already spoke about advocating for yourself. So always advocating for yourself. Speak up for yourself. Because nobody else will fight for you. Like, you have to fight for you. Nobody else will do it for you. So you got to put your big girl pants on and fight for you. Period. If someone is hurting you or disrespecting you, it's your job to let them know, like, hey, I feel hurt by you doing this, or I feel uncomfortable with you doing that. Going forward, this is what I expect, or this is what, you know, the relationship should look like. Simple as that. If they're really for you, they'll respect it. If they not, there it is. There's your answer. When you advocate for yourself, this is a way that you take care of your heart. You take care of yourself. You take care of your soul. I'm going to stop it right here. I'm going to do a part 2 on my reflections because this is a lot. And yeah, I don't want to rush this video, especially because I only have a minute left. So I'm gonna cut it right here. Those are some of the reflections that I've gotten out of 2024. I hope some of those were, like, you know, beneficial or eye-opening for you guys. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Mwah.